Hi everybody, welcome back to Epound Vale. I'm Dan and this is the second episode of Baby Witchin. Some of you may notice that there has been a few months gap between the first episode and this episode. I'm sure you're all aware the reasons for this are because a worldwide pandemic decided to hit, and like everyone else, my life has been a bit chaotic over the past 12 weeks. Things have now finally settled down, so we can get back to Baby Witchin. I can get back to producing these videos and giving you guys the content that you want. We can learn together, we can explore together, and we can make some magic and make some ritual together. So welcome back. This is episode 2 of Baby Witchin, and this episode is all going to be on candle magic. So, before we go on to candle magic, I just want to have a quick recap about our first episode. Our first episode, which you'll be able to watch in the playlist, was all about clearing space, clearing your energy physically and emotionally and mentally, and clearing the energy around your working area or your altar physically, emotionally and mentally. I'm really happy with how that first video was received, and thank you all so much for all the comments. I hope you all got a lot out of that video. So this has been cleaned and cleansed today, ready and in preparation for our video on candle magic. So as you can see, my little setup, I've got a couple of candles and I've got another candle here, so we'll talk about those later. But let's talk a little bit about candles and candle magic. Candles just appear to have a naturally witchy essence to them. The images of witches hunched over cauldrons lit by candlelight in fairy tales, it sort of gives this natural ethereal vibe almost to a scene. Candles obviously represent the element of fire as well. We haven't discussed elements yet, and we will come on to that in a later episode, but candles do represent the element of fire. So if you're slightly more experienced and you work with elements, you'll know about elemental magic, and candles are really great in harnessing the element of fire and also bringing the element of fire into your altar space or to your sacred space. Now, when I was first starting to go down my witchy journey with my grandmother, one of the things that she would get me to do is to light a candle and to focus watching the flame of the candle. And she would just tell me to look and stare into the flame and let my thoughts drift away. And anything that comes into my mind after you've finished staring into the flame, write down those thoughts. This is a very meditative act. It can be very relaxing and very clearing for your mind. Also, one thing that she used to get young baby witch Dan to do is to try and use my own willpower to make the flame go bigger or smaller. Now, I must have been about 9 or 10, and as a 9 and 10-year-old, I was obsessed with trying to do this, trying to make the flame increase in size and decrease in size. I'm sure that my little child brain probably thought I was able to do this and able to control the elements to such an extent, and I think my nan enjoyed seeing me discover my own sort of willpower. I can't tell you whether I did or didn't do it. We're talking a good 20 odd years ago, but it is one thing I wanted to mention, that that's how I was initially taught with candles. So candles can be used for lots of things in spellcraft. For me, candles will form the central part of my ritual. My rituals and my spellcraft are generally always built around a candle, so I have the candle as a main focus point. And I do this for a number of reasons. One, candle magic is really good and really powerful and really simple. And if you use that as a base for your ritual and for your spellcraft, you can start to layer on top of the candle, on top of the candle magic, different things. You can layer incense and particular smokes into it. You can layer herbal blends onto it. You can layer oils into it. I'm not talking physically onto the candle, I'm talking layering it through the ritual and crafting a ritual in such a way that it becomes this amazing gooey mess of witchcraft and energy, and you craft all that together during your ritual and send it out into the world. Obviously, as this is a Baby Witchin series, we are nowhere near that point yet, but today we're going to learn our first bit of spellcraft with candle magic. I'm going to start super basic. So if you're going to do a ritual or a spell involving a candle, you have to decide, first of all, what your intention is. What are you trying to achieve from this piece of spellcraft? Now, to help you, there are certain colour associations for different topics. I'm going to go through what the colour associations are, but this is really easy to find. You can just type in Google candle magic colours, candle magic colour associations on Google or Pinterest, and you'll get loads of stuff come up. I will try and link below the sources that I use for my information, so people can go and find them, and like Pinterest pages and things like that, and then you can use that to start to build up your own internet sort of catalogue of information, and you can then obviously transfer that information into your journal or into your book of shadows. So let's start with the basics. You have black and white candles. These are generally the only two colours of candles that you are ever going to need, and they can fulfil a variety of purposes. White candles signify peace, purity, healing, innocence, divination, things like that. Also, I see white as a clean, very pure colour, so if you want to bring things towards you, white would be great. It's a great colour of protection. So white is a really good all-round colour to have, and you can sort of, with white candle, you can impose or overlay your intention onto it, because it's a clean slate, for want of a better term. Black candles can be used for anything, for things like safety, protection, banishment, things along those lines. And for me, I see as white bringing things towards you, black is sending things away and pushing things back away and sending things back out into the world. So if you are stretched with money and if money is tight, black candles and white candles are the way to go. You cannot get any more basic than that. If you want to use specific colours for specific purposes, each different colour does have an association. Brown, for example, represents earth and stability. It's really good for working with things in the home or the house, anything that gives you a solid, stable, earthly base to work from. Orange sort of signifies creativity, joy, ambition, justice, celebration and opportunity. Purple signifies spiritual power. It can also signify anything to do with the third eye, anything to do with breaking habits, and sort of not banishing or exercising, that's the wrong word to do, but another form of protection against sort of negative energy. Yellow symbolises the sun, also symbolises intelligence, luxury, memory, masculinity and a positive attitude. Pink naturally symbolises love, caring and friendship as well, maturity, affection, nurturing and femininity. Green symbolises growth, luck. It's associated with trees and plants, and also the earth as well. Now the difference between green and brown for me is brown represents the earth, the stability of the ground, whereas green represents all that grows on the earth and that grows from the earth and sprouts and nurtures and becomes abundant. So it's associated with nature. Green's also associated with money, success and jealousy. Blue is associated with protection, focus, forgiveness, good fortune, water, truth and calm. And red is associated with passion and lust, strength, fire, survival, career, action and independence. So those are the basic colour associations to those candles. So if you want to craft a candle magic ritual around getting a new job, for example, and you've got an interview coming up and you've done all the preparation you can do in the physical world and you want to do some metaphysical preparation, what you would do is you would pick a colour that associates with that. Now you're going to be looking for something for success, it's a new career, so it's money, it's going to allow you to grow, it's going to allow you to expand your life. So you would pick a green candle. Symbolises luck, success, money, also symbolises things growing, things expanding. You would pick a green candle to use as the basis of your ritual. Now moving on from once you've chosen the candle, we're going to talk about the ritual that I like to do that's super easy. So I'm actually going to show you how we are going to do a ritual, and I'm going to do a ritual with you guys. So I'm just going to move the camera a bit closer to the altar and we'll take it from there. Okay, so I'm all set up and I'm all ready to do my candle magic ritual. Now, I've decided that I would like to do a ritual for success and growth of my YouTube channel and the Baby Witchin series. I'm hoping that this will help me to be more focused on the series and to develop the series to where I want it to go. So for that reason, as we talked about earlier, I have got myself a green candle. This one's a particularly dark foresty green candle, but that's fine. It doesn't matter what type of green candle it is. So in order for us to start this ritual, we're going to do something called a petition, and that is writing down your intentions on a piece of paper, and then you're burning the piece of paper in the flame of the candle. So we want to make sure we've got a heat-proof dish, so once the petition's lit, to put that into the candle. So I'm going to write down exactly what I'm hoping for with Baby Witchin. I like to use a pen that matches the colour, or is the same colour as the candle, so that the association is still there. I find that by building on the colour associations, so by using a green candle, using a green pen and green ink, it starts to layer the intention upon intention upon intention to make the spell more powerful. So I'm looking for success in the Baby Witching series and my YouTube channel going forward. Okay, so that's my petition written out. What I'm going to do is fold it up so it's easy for me to hold, and then I'm going to light my candle. Now before I do that, you're probably asking what these other candles on my altar are for. I have a candle, one for the god and one for the goddess, and the one in the middle, the big chunky one, is what I use as my working candle, so I will light everything off that candle. I'll light incense from it, I'll light other candles from it. It's like the main flame of my altar for me. So just light this candle. So, the candle's just started to light, so I'm just going to wait a few moments. I'm going to try and clear my mind and focus on my intention, which I've written down in my petition, and what I'm hoping for going forward in the future. So while I'm doing that, I'm trying to clear my mind, I'm looking at the candle flame, and I'm focusing all my energy on the intention that I want to achieve, which is going to be success with the Baby Witching series and success in my YouTube channel going forward. So when I'm ready and I feel happy that I've done that, I'm going to light the corner of the petition from the candle. Then I'm going to drop that into the bowl and allow it to burn. That is sending the energy from my petition out into the universe and hoping that it will manifest in real positive change. And I've set the piece of wood on fire. Well done, Dan. That's fine. We don't have to worry about that. That's okay. And what I will do now is continue to focus on the flame and meditate on the flame for as long as I need to, knowing that I've put all my energy and all my intention into this little candle. Once I feel that I've spent enough time here at my altar with the candle, I will put the flame out, and I can relight it every night as often as I want until the candle is gone, or until the situation that I'm hoping for happens, or the change in manifestation that I'm trying to achieve happens. Obviously I'm not going to do that now, but I need to carry on with the video. But yeah, that is what I would do. So I'm going to put out the candle. I'll also put out the other candles on the altar. So, there you have it. Our first little bit of candle magic. And hopefully you guys are going to be able to take this information and start to create your own little candle rituals going forward. Fingers crossed that my ritual is going to be a success. I'm going to continue to burn this candle every night until it disappears. And while it's burning, I'm going to focus on it. I'm not going to just light it and then leave it and let it burn in the background. I'm going to sit, meditate, have some lovely music on, maybe some incense, and watch the candle burn. And it's only a tea light, so it won't take very long. And hopefully that will then manifest itself into the change that I'm looking for. And I hope that all of you guys will create your own little candle rituals, picking a particular colour, writing your own little petition and things like that going forward. So all that's left now is to set you your task and to pull an oracle card. Obviously the task this episode is going to be to do your own candle ritual and to do your own petition involving candle, and see how it goes and see what results you guys get, and let me know in the comments what you're going to do. Let me know if it's not too personal what you're hoping to achieve, and we'll see if the universe listens to us and answers all of our petitions. Right, let's get an oracle card pull for this episode and see what we should be focusing on. Now, for those that remember the first episode, each of these oracle cards from the Everyday Witch Oracle has a magical task associated with it. So I'll also include what it says about the magical task, and if you want to have a little bit of extra stuff to do, this will hopefully allow us to do stuff. Hopefully it's going to be involving a candle, because that'd be really cool, especially if we're doing a candle, as it's a candle magic episode. If we get a candle task from the Everyday Witch Oracle, that'd be amazing. Right, let's see what card we have. So it's not candle. The card that we have is Air Magic. That's a beautiful card though. It really is a beautiful card. So that's our oracle card pull. Now let's see what the guidebook has to say about that. I do love this deck. It's such a good deck. What am I looking for? Air Magic. Right, I've got to find where it is. Where are you? Page 44. Right, let's have a look. So, this is what it says about the card. Without air, there is no life. But unlike the earth element, which is solid and obvious, the element of air is more ephemeral. I can't say that word. Is more ephemeral and harder to visualise. You cannot, after all, hold a chunk of air in your hands the way you can a rock. So we often use something else to symbolise it, like a feather or incense. But that doesn't make it any less vital an element than earth, or any less powerful, as anyone who has ever lived through a hurricane will tell you. Embrace the power of air with every breath and send your appreciation out on the breeze. Now, the action of this card is that there is a simple way to connect with the magic of air, and you do it all the time. Breathing. But instead of breathing without conscious effort, take a few moments to sit and really be aware of the air moving in and out of your lungs. Feel the power you draw in with every breath and the cleansing that carries away what you don't need as you exhale. If you want, visualise the breath coming in as one colour and going out as another. Be sure to say thank you to the element for its gifts. Now, the divination meaning for this card is telling you to do something magical connected to air. You can do the breathing exercise above or stand outside in the wind as you mindfully connect to the power of air. If you have been struggling with health or emotional issues, light a sage smudge stick or herb bundle and let the air waft away negativity and illness. Well, I think we've all been struggling with health and emotional issues over the last 12 weeks, the world in general. Now it says here, magic. To make a magical connection with air, light a white or yellow candle. If you like, you can place a feather in front of it to symbolise the element. Then light either incense or a sage herb bundle and blow on it. Watch the patterns the smoke makes as it rises. Can you see anything in the smoke, the way you see shapes in the clouds? Let the smoke waft around you, magically connecting you to the element. That card should have been pulled from, we should have had that card when we did our lesson on cleansing your altar, or cleansing your sacred space and cleansing yourself. But never mind, nice card. It's definitely reminding me to reconnect. So yeah, I'm happy with that card. So, all at least, that's us done now. All that's left to say is, I want to know what you guys want as the next Baby Witchin episode. Any suggestions, please leave them in the comments and I will then create the new episode. Because I'm not really sure where to go. I'm not really sure where we should go with this, whether to go with herbs or whether, I don't know, herbs or oils or... What do you guys want to know? What do you guys want to know about? Because we've started crafting a little ritual. Where do you want to go from here? Please let me know in the comments below and I will hopefully be able to talk to you there. But for now, thank you very much for joining me today. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Blessed be and take care. Bye-bye.